What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can probably see by the title, I went ahead and bought the cheapest Android head unit I could find for my Mazda 3. So basically, this is the factory radio. Okay, nothing special. I mean, the only thing it really has is AUX. Other than that, nothing. So right here, we've got the new Android head unit. So I basically just went onto AliExpress and then put in Mazda 3 Android head unit and went cheapest and just got the absolute cheapest one I could find. I think it's going to be junk, but it's just for fun. I've actually installed a few of them for customers and some of them are pretty good. So let's see what this one's like. In the box, you basically get all your wiring side of things. So here we've got the steering wheel control module, the plug. This is the main plug for the car side. There's a GPS antenna in there, USB that can be run. So there's a few bits and pieces to install, which we will go through. And then we have some instructions, which are probably going to be in Chinese. We have a couple of brackets. Actually, this is another good point. This car has the digital climate control, so I'm wondering if that will be retained. I hope it is. And then last but not least, we've got the screen. Alright guys, there she is. So we'll get a look at the back. So as you can see, power, everything's built into the back of the board there. GPS radio. Okay. Couple different brackets. I assume they want you to use the clips from the genuine radio. So what we'll do is set the camera up and start pulling apart the factory radio. Alright guys, we can start looking at the bits and pieces that we've got in the kit. So, I mean, it is pretty straightforward. So that's an antenna adapter, whether you need it or not, obviously not. So there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to need to worry about. Okay, main power harness just plugs right in. That little plug there goes to the display that we had at the top here, and I'm pretty sure these brackets will let us retain that little display. So we'll have a look at that in further detail. Okay, so we can see that we have a corresponding plug for this module. Okay, AV input, so I'm not going to use that. Don't have any reverse cameras or anything like that I want to use. Another AV input, probably that one there might actually be the camera one. A USB, so that we will use. Alright, there's two USBs, just put a bit of tape around both of them. Alright, next up, GPS antenna. Okay, one thing I've noticed is we don't have an external microphone, which is very interesting. That might mean that the microphone is built into the screen. Let's have a look. Oh, it is too. I'm not sure if you can see. Microphone right there. Okay, so what that means is Bluetooth quality is probably going to be terrible. Now, it's just a bit of a rule of thumb. If the unit has a built-in microphone, they're usually pretty bad. GPS antenna, so we do have the sticky side on the back. So what we want to do is we can still keep that behind the dash. We just want to go nice and high. Alright, so just up about here, there's a little plate we can stick onto, so that's still fairly nice and high on the dash, so the unit can still get GPS reception. Alright, again, temporary. Alright, that is literally the wiring side of things done. So we can just tape some of this stuff up. This you don't need to use at all because we've just got the factory car antenna, which we did look at before, but just so you know. All of these other things we can tape up. We've got key 1, key 2 for steering wheel controls, although that's what this thing should be doing. Reverse camera input. And we have another plug here, which I'd say goes into our unit. So we can do pretty much that. Alright. We have life. Alright guys, there we have it. So as we can see, the unit does fit really well. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I suppose what better time than now. Alright guys, here it is. So far pretty impressed. I have been playing with it a little bit. These clips all line up really well, so it's held in place really well. We were able to keep that little MFD display there, which is good. This is our home screen. Now, if you've never seen one of these units before, I mean, it's a capacitive touch. It was really cheap, so I'm expecting it to play up or you know, just for things not to work. But we'll see how we go. So I just want to go through and show you some of the features it has. This thing has onboard navigation. Okay, so that's built in. It doesn't have CarPlay, but you can just buy a little CarPlay dongle and then it will start working. Okay, we have a radio setting, steering wheel controls all work. The car has a factory amplifier, and so like level 1 is pretty loud. But it does sound good, so that's good. The pre-outs, for anyone that knows the stuff about amplifiers, are no good. I don't know about this unit particularly, but I have used another one of these units and the pre-out was terrible. Okay, we have Bluetooth, so what I'll do is just see how easy it is to pair. Alright, car BT. We'll start with 4 zeros. Alright, so we've connected through Bluetooth very easily, which is good. We can go ahead now, press home, maybe in music, no media. Let's go back home, Bluetooth, music, there we go. So you can go ahead and play. No, you can't. Oh yeah, there we go. So as you see, that's just a random playlist on Spotify. So you've got music, streaming, podcasts, all that sort of stuff will work. Guys, we haven't even gotten into the crazy things that these units can do. In apps, you've got all sorts of things that you can look at, play with. You've got car settings, video, radio, another page for Google Chrome. Alright, now we're starting to get into the good stuff. Dab, if the unit came with it. Google Maps. Alright, so I just want to have a quick look in car settings. In settings, you've got sound settings, system info, so that's just all about the Android stuff. Factory settings, car settings. The original car is set according to... Alright, so they've already set this up for Mazda 3, I would say. Volume settings, media call, okay, all that sort of stuff. Steering wheel has been done. Logo is pretty cool, so you can actually change the logo, the boot logo. They've got them all preset, so you can go in here, internal logos, and then go and pick. You've got the Android, Audi, you know, Mercedes, all sorts of stuff. You can go ahead and pick one. I've picked the Mazda. Alright, settings is the same as going into apps and clicking settings, but let's just get into like Play Store so you can go ahead and download stuff for YouTube. Let's go, is it this settings here? So this settings is going to bring up the actual Android. So we can imagine that this is like a tablet. Okay, so then what we can do is go Wi-Fi. Alright, and then from here, say you're cruising around, you can go turn your personal hotspot on. Then you can connect to your phone. What's the password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. We've now connected personal hotspot to the phone. Okay, so what we can do now is you can literally, so it's using your phone for internet access. Look, you've got, well, here we go, we got a crash. Okay, so it wants a new version. Alright guys, we've done the update and we've signed in. It's actually signed in using, I signed in with my Google account, so you can see my little picture there. So it's actually signed into my YouTube. So you have like full YouTube connectivity. The screen's actually really high resolution. It actually looks really good. So let's just play something. Let's just play this. Alright guys, so the options with this thing are limitless. I mean, once you hotspot your phone and it's got internet access, it's basically an Android tablet. Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, you know, we've seen all that stuff work. It's, well, I haven't signed into these two, but we saw YouTube. The quality is amazing. Bluetooth sounds good. Everything sounds really good. This weird Adele thing is strange, but other than that, something's just come up on its own here. Alright, YouTube, no worries. We can press that, close all tabs, just like a tablet. Initial thoughts, I am really impressed, just because the unit was so cheap. I mean, the capacitive touch is the main thing. Even when I was using the keyboard before, and I was touching very small things on the keyboard, it was just picking everything up really well. But with that being said guys, will this unit stand the test of time? So who knows. Subscribe to the channel. I will do another video in a month, maybe longer, and I'll just keep testing this thing out and we'll see how it goes. But for now, it's actually pretty good. I like it. Everything sounds good. The speakers have never sounded better. So I mean, all I had before was AUX, but the speakers sound great. Yeah, really happy with it guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've used one, or if you've got one, or you're interested in one, let me know. Like I said, I just went and found the cheapest one I could possibly find, and it happened to be this one, which is pretty good. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.